All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for RWBY Volume 6, Episode 2, or Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
Chapter
Yes,
2,
right.
yes. Yes, we have to do these book things properly.
It's confusing.
Oh my god. But yes, we have RWBY back, and the train plot has derailed. The hype train was put off course by Grimm of Sphinx-like intent.
Yes, of spiky appearance and qualities.
Yes, indeed. But now that we have this new old Katara lady being introduced, you deduced there's some kind of Silver Eyes connection there, potentially.
Well, possibly. I don't know. It might just be like tech. No, my headcanon was that she's actually Ironwood's mother. But
the thing is that you were mentioning back, you know, when the intro happened, the way that they kind of zoomed in on her eye,
right,
and then they zoomed in on Ruby's eye.
Yeah, like it
There's
could
some
be
kind of Silver Eye connection.
It could be that they were just drawing connection to like the actual tech that she's got, because it is cool. But that tech could be a way of concealing and not feeling her eyes,
or the fact that her eyes were removed.
Sure.
Be it of her own choice or not, and this is just her way of kind of seeing, you know?
Sure.
I mean, Atlas has crazy technology, so that'll be a cool thing to get into. But also we have the relic.
Yes.
And we know that the relic attracts the Grimm.
And it must not at all be carried in a bag.
Yes, yes. So there's a couple things that I feel like are kind of a bit of a problem with that relic being, you know, kind of so carelessly talked about and brought around and stuff. So we need to talk to Ozker about all that.
Yeah, maybe get a bag of holding, you know?
Yes, a bag of holding for sure. Like a little pocket dimension we can carry around, like that place where the relic was.
Husband can totally do that.
Husband can totally do that, yeah, for sure. But yeah, this is going to be awesome, guys. So Volume 6, Chapter 2. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, if you're here, that means you're doing the early access, full-length, timer-based RWBY reactions that we're trying out here. So yeah, enjoy. Make sure to sync up your footage that you're using with Rooster Teeth, because you're doing this the right way, because you have a first membership. I'm looking at you. Yeah, first membership. And sync it up to start right down here with our countdown. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. It's kind of a new little Rooster Teeth intro, you know, thing for that. Wow!
I love how they started it with a close-up of Crescent Rose and all the different components and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and the moon.
Yeah.
If we get any kind of moon, like hints or anything like that. Oh, my God.
Happiness, fluffy, good times.
And Adam.
Yeah.
You really get the vibe, though, every time they show Blake, that she's really, like, giving eyes to Yang, you know? Oh, and that was the eye thing, yeah. And then we have some old god, like...
Tentacle stuff.
Grim monstrosity.
And then...
Yeah. I think we've basically confirmed that has to be Cinder.
Right, although
because of the hand.
Right, but some people were saying that in the part where Cinder is fighting the other person, I think it was in the trailer or something.
Yeah.
But that it's Neo.
We don't know who this is yet. I'm pretty sure that's an Ozpin statue. Yeah. And it's Ozpin's past lives.
I would like to see Glinda again, but, you know, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whoever this is, it's probably Cinder, and then most likely fighting Neo.
Right.
Or someone with an umbrella.
Yeah.
This is what I love about the RWBY community. We all, like, dissect things, like, so hard when it comes to these individual parts. And then group shot. Avengers assemble. RWBY Vengers.
Revengers. Awesome.
Yes! Cinder alone!
Yes!
Cinder alone!
And it's episode 2. Is that a coincidence? I think not.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God!
Oh, yeah.
Told you she wasn't dead. I mean, she was on the poster. They kind of spoiled it. Thanks, RWBY.
But like, unless you have a head on a spike in a bulletproof glass case.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So the grim part looks even more kind of.
Yeah, I love I love how they're showing the part where it connects to the rest of her arm.
Yeah. Oh, look at it. Did you see in that shot from behind? She looked kind of like RWBY.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
Well, and actually, okay, one of the things about RWBY's hair is that it's not cut evenly, right? It's longer at the front, which they have here, and they use that as the way to cover up
I'm
her
so
eye.
hyped for Cinder Alone. We freaking called it, dude. We called it so long ago. Cinder Alone. Cinder Alone.
I can already, like, I get the feeling this is going to be my favorite episode of the volume. Like,
RIP. Rest in peace. Yeah. I'm so sorry. You
give me your clothes.
Give me your face. Like, give me your arm, or like. Yeah, but the clothes match the person from the intro. Hey, volume 5 jab. Nice. Yeah, recap. It's probably where winter is.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a coloring problem, or does Yang have like a glove over her metal arm?
I think it's a glove, yeah.
Okay. Wait. I'm sorry. We'll get into exposition later in the volume.
Oh. It can enlarge itself.
It's like the One Ring.
Oh my god.
Okay. And it can float. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh,
okay.
What's Yang's favorite food? What's her favorite color?
Oh my god, Nora. Ah!
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I kind of feel like he would be constantly going back and unsealing it, though, to ask questions.
Sure.
So I don't really fully buy the I use all the questions thing.
This skull staff isn't for show.
I love her already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This lady's like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah. That way they juxtapose the two groups.
Mm-hmm.
Old people, young people.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Hmm. Can't hear you. Stop walking away. Oh. Oh. He's talking about himself.
Yeah. I have made more mistakes than any man, woman, or child on this planet.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's
really
good.
That's really good.
Whoa.
Okay. A lot of experience.
A lot of backstory.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me the one ring.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
Although there's a difference between faith in humanity and not being cautious.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
I love this.
Okay.
This is awesome. Jin?
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait. The blue smoke from the opening.
Oh. Okay. Awesome. This is like genie in the bottle
Yeah,
stuff.
Jin.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh my.
Chains.
Oh, it's the girl from the Haven hall, the one that was holding up the entrance to the vault.
Wait, really?
Yeah. The statue.
Oh, dang.
Oh my God.
So it's the magic lamp, except okay. all
Yeah.
right. Yeah. With genie and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but
Cinder alone. Oh, nice. She's got cloth straps around the.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh.
Nice. That's on location approximately 1 month ago. Okay, cool. Little exposition, visual storytelling. Nice.
Oh, that was a great transition.
Yeah.
And I love that we're getting actual rain impact on things in there.
Oh, that's true.
Even though it's kind of like formulaic and stuff, it's
RWBY
cool.
keeps getting better and better visually. I mean, come on.
Oh, and this overhead
Credit
shot.
where credit is due.
This is so immersive, like thematically and stuff.
Also, there's a ton of people and movement in this.
Yes.
So, RWBY, good job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, every single person is moving and doing something. Spiderweb, okay.
Is that like a symbol that, like, there's Salem sympathizers here?
Maybe. That would be cool. Oh, everyone's wearing it. Everyone's tattooed with it or something.
What, so like some
Everybody
sort of
like
underworld
parfaits.
organization?
Okay.
All right, cool.
I like this. Some kind of gang leader. Wow,
ooh.
Nice. Wow. Wow.
And now she's
Dang.
literally like searching for the avatar. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. To regain her honor.
Mm-hmm.
I still am.
I became one of them.
Oh, everyone in here.
Uh-huh.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
I really like the new design for Cinder.
Oh. Hazel or Adam? Oh.
Okay.
Oh, my
awesome.
God. Oh.
Awesome.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Who is voicing her?
We'll see in the credits. Whoa.
Okay.
Oz asked one.
Yeah.
Or someone asked one.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Dang. Girl's like, I have no bone to pick in this game.
Well, first they should say, Ozpin, if you don't want us to waste a question, then tell us what you asked and what she said. Okay! Awesome!
What?
Oh!
Uh.
Now they could have... Okay, well, that's... Alright.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
Oh,
thought
this
was
is
an
amazing.
Ozpin ability or something.
And it's literally like the Ozpin, like, City of Oz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Yeah.
I
Oh,
am,
man.
I am so
man.
tight right
Oh,
now. Like
this-
everything is just
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This
Yes.
is good.
All right.
This
All right.
is
Who's
good stuff.
Okay. We'll
Okay.
we'll check.
Man.
We'll check back in
Yeah,
between who voiced her.
But oh my gosh, this is incredible.
She. Yeah.
Wow. Like I did not expect this.
No, me
episode
neither.
To have all the things in it that it did. Oh my god.
Wow.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yep.
This is
yep.
it's gonna be a volume. Oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh,
this
yeah.
was an episode.
This is so good.
They are basically saying like, All right, we've got a list of cool things we want to show.
Yeah.
Let's just do like 5 of them in one episode and tease like 3 more.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah. So there are some huge things to go into discussion-wise here. Let's go through this as linearly as possible.
Sure.
Let's just do Cinder.
Cinder
alone.
Cinder alone. It's happening. We're getting it.
It's not just one episode.
Right.
It's an arc.
Ongoing arc. Like, she is book 2 Zuko right now. She is trying to find the silver-eyed girl to regain her honor.
And she is still relatively loyal to Salem.
Right. And they're also doing the thing of her hiding her identity, which is great. Like, that was one of the best parts about Zuko alone, you know, that whole angle that they played there. She's dealing with the underbelly and all that stuff, so there's this cool they did a great job as far as showing goes to establish this faction of the spiders. Yeah.
And this is probably the best Mistral development we've gotten in the show.
Right.
Ever.
Which is funny because, like, the main plot isn't even in Mistral.
Right.
So,
but Volume 5 spent an entire volume in Mistral.
Exactly.
And we never really got world building like this comparatively.
Yeah, because it was always telling and it was always focusing on the plot of the characters in the grander scheme of things, as opposed to what this is, which is something that is personal. It's something that's focused on one character, and it's focusing on one character while they are basically getting the contradiction of a lifetime and the development that we've always been hoping to see from any characters in this show.
Yes,
and
specifically to a character that doesn't really have any development. Right. Cinder as a character was very one note and had vague. In fact, her friends, Emerald and Mercury, were more interesting than her on a character side of things, because they actually had backstory and context and motivation, it seemed, slightly. Cinder's is one that she feels like an avatar of Salem's spite.
Right.
And this is the thing. Do you remember when Cinder gave her speech in Volume 3?
Yep.
She kind of chastised men in power.
Yeah.
And this is funny because now we're getting Salem backstory. And it seems like they're hinting at the Ozpin screwed over Salem kind of angle.
Yep.
And Salem is now doing all this to get back at him for what he did to her.
Right.
And this is perfect to showcase now, as Cinder is potentially also going to have a little bit of a change in her character.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm very much excited for that.
Oh yeah, I feel like everything that's happening with her, as far as like the grim aspect of her and everything, the fact that they showed it way more closely, basically they showed it bared. You know, like I feel like that was something that was a big theme of this episode. Both with them trying to bear Ozpin's secrets and the little Miss Malachite trying to bear Cinder's secrets. Who is she? And you know, and all of that stuff. And you know, now Salem is you know going to be laid bare her secrets and who she is and all that.
Because I think with the opening, it's almost guaranteed that Cinder is going to be encountering someone looking for her. And if that is Neo, we can extrapolate that.
Exactly, yeah.
This is going to be something where it's not like one of them fights the other, or one of them defeats the other, and then that storyline is over. It's more like...
Yeah, there's character motivation behind a conflict like that. So that will be something
that will be so good
to see.
So good
to see. We got to see more from the gang, you know, RWBY and Team RWBY and everybody, and that was good. You know, got some good conversations and stuff.
Well, the big thing, was specifically that Team RWBY, they really don't have like a lot of trust in Ozpin, and I don't think he really deserves as much. He maybe deserves some respect because of his, you know, the length of time he spent fighting this, but they're hinting at him starting the conflict, at least between these two at all. So guys, this is the like Ozpin is not a good guy storyline essentially coming to fruition.
Now, it did seem to me like they were sort of turning on him a little bit too quickly. But the thing is, they did a good job of having him do things in this episode that were suspicious, even though I kind of am on board with what his reasons probably are for it.
Right. It's not that he's a bad guy. It's just that he's not a
he's
not a lawful good.
Right. Or as he put it, he's made mistakes.
Yes, and I think that the most telling part was him talking about Lionheart, and how should a person's single mistake sully their entire reputation and who they are and what they did do. Because the idea I think we have here is that Ozpin is older than Salem. I'm not 100% sure on that.
But probably.
But if this is Salem's backstory,
then Ozpin he's probably been around for a while before Salem. I don't know.
That's the crazy thing, though, right?
Yeah, well, because,
why would it be Ozpin's secret about Salem being in a castle? Ozpin has to be around at this time.
Right, exactly. Right? Yeah.
Because he has to interact with her.
Right. And he made the maidens, assuming he's the wizard, then he made the maidens in order to stop Salem, right?
Yeah.
So there could have been a large amount of time between then, right?
Now I do like there being a potential of also them being basically from the same era. Neither of them are older than the other, and that's possible. So in both scenarios, Ozpin screws over Salem in some way, accidentally, on purpose, for the greater good, or XYZ, whatever. The big thing I think that comes from this, though, is that Salem's motivations are reminded again to us as being personal.
Yes.
So this is kind of a villain's volume.
It does seem to be, yeah.
This is a backstory volume, at least for the beginning part here. But I don't know if they can give Ozpin and Salem backstory in one episode coming up. Do you think they can?
I think they could, because the episodes are a lot longer now, so if they wanted to have it be a dedicated episode for their
15
backstory...
minutes of solid backstory.
They could totally do it. They could totally do it.
But I don't think they could fit everything in there. I think the main thing that they would do is tackle just how their conflict started.
Yeah,
and not Maidens, Team Stark,
right?
Big things
all that stuff.
Potentially the King of Vale, thing.
Sure, yeah.
All the things about his potential past lives, or his reincarnations, if you will.
Right.
But they did show those in the intro.
They did.
So I think we'll at the very least get flashes of seeing him just across time.
Like a montage of basically we see how they start, and then we get a montage of their conflicts over time leading up to it. And then we can have and then we can save the actual Team Stark stuff for another time, Oh man, but this episode.
So Cinder is alone. I'm trying to figure out the parallel here that is really big, because I think we're getting teased at it. Did you notice that part where we noticed the similarities between Ruby's look and Cinder when they showed that background thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I almost think it has to be. Because there's things that you can do, obviously, where you can reuse model pieces of a certain character in this 3D software thing and just be because I don't know enough about it, but I'm guessing that the reason why this whole software thing is really helpful, I think it's Maya, is that once they've got a model made, they can use it, manipulate it, animate it however they want. What if, in some ways, in kind of a visual storytelling thing, they're trying to draw a parallel to how Cinder and RWBY are both chosen ones of their respective masters.
But there's going to be a
divide between the yes, exactly. A divide between the masters and the apprentices, so that they find their own destiny.
Yeah.
And I really want there to be, by the end of this volume, a conversation between RWBY and Cinder that could lead into a fight. It could lead into a fight.
Yeah.
And in some ways, I think you could do all this as we're building up Cinder's actual death. But I think at this point, you fake
Cinder's
this out
endgame.
once.
Yeah.
Cinder is endgame.
Yeah.
Like, Cinder is definitely endgame.
Right.
Confirmed.
We don't know how plot relevant she'll be in the end game, but like probably non-zero for sure.
I think that one of the things we'll find out here in this volume is that the only reason Cinder is alive is because of the Grimm inside her.
Oh man, there are so many things they can do with that whole angle.
Because, like,
yeah,
we know what we saw in Volume 4, or more or less what we heard in Volume 4.
Yes.
When Cinder's arm is down like this, and she's like this,
yeah.
and Salem's doing the, don't fight it.
Yeah.
You must learn to let it fear you, or something.
Right.
And
Yep.
this basically seems like the kind of thing where Salem created another her. And is prepping, you know,
I
Cinder
want,
to be the
I want
next.
to see Cinder go full Saren. Like,
yes.
that's basically what I'm hoping to see from Cinder, and it could be really, really good.
It could.
Now, okay. With the relic.
Yes, the relic.
The relic and all of that.
Jin.
So,
wow.
So, you know how I was like, who voices this character? Now.
Right.
I knew it. Like I didn't think that it was this person, but I've got an ear. Now, the person who voices Jin is Colleen Clinkenbeard.
Colleen freaking Clinkenbeard.
Now, you might not know that name, but if you've ever watched a movie called Wolf Children, she is the main character in that movie. It's one of my absolute favorite movies. And she in general
voice acts a lot of awesome characters.
Like she's
and
Hawkeye
dubs as well.
in Full Metal Alchemist. So okay, the Full Metal Alchemist cast is even more reunited because we literally had Aaron Dismuke,
Vic Mignogna,
and Colleen Clinkenbeard all in the same dang scene.
And freaking what's his name? One of the villains.
Oh, Sabat.
Is Sabat is one of the villains?
I believe he's Watts.
Yeah,
Sabat, I believe he's Watts. Yeah, and he's Armstrong. Yeah,
right. Because J. Michael Tatum is the is Klein. Klein, right?
Yeah, and J. Michael Tatum isn't he Ling or no.
J. Michael Tatum.
That's Todd Haberkorn.
Yeah.
I don't know if J. Michael Tatum was in Full Metal Alchemist.
I think he is, but I forget who.
But like the like
who's Greedling?
That's Todd Haberkorn.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's right. Yeah.
But oh man, like reunion and it's just it's so fantastic.
It just keeps getting better and better.
Keeps getting better. And like Colleen Clinkenbeard is just one of my favorite like voice actors or voice actresses just out there. So the fact that like she's in here too is really cool because she doesn't do a lot of voice work now.
Totally.
Like she doesn't. She just doesn't do it very often. So the fact they got her is really, really cool.
I have an interesting thought, Jacob.
Yeah.
The relic has had a question asked in the last 100 years.
Yes.
What if it wasn't Ozpin that asked the question?
What if it was like Salem? Or no, because then she'd have the relic. Or maybe Summer?
Who really doubts Ozpin the most in this show? It's on the good guy's side, kind of.
Taiyang.
No. It's Raven.
Oh.
Who has access to the relic because they're the Spring Maiden.
Oh. So you think that she used it before she brought it out? Or no.
Well, I think that...
Because Ozpin probably would have been like, what?
Well, no. I think that the main theory is that Ozpin asked a question. Probably. And we're going to find out what that question was in the next episode. Crack theory is that Raven asked a question.
Yeah, that...
The thing is, I feel like that if she did, she would have told them.
Right.
She knows what Ozpin's done.
Well, and she wouldn't have necessarily any way of activating the relic. Because even though she was able to get access to it...
She wouldn't necessarily know the name Jin.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's possible. I do think, though, there's a very real chance that... well, we don't know if Ozpin knew that... No, I don't think Ozpin knew that Raven was the Spring Maiden. By the way, that's another good point. Did you notice when they were like, and we don't have the Spring Maiden to seal the relic back, and Yang gives a look
yeah,
like...
yeah.
I think Yang is keeping that a secret. And more or less, it's literally only Yang that knows that information.
Which is pretty crazy.
Because you know what that means?
Uh-huh.
When people asked her about what happened down there, she had to come up with some kind of a story. Mm-hmm. So she's lying to not only Ozpin or Crow, she's hiding this from her team, probably. And also, when Cinder comes back, she'll know that information. And she can use it in some way.
Sure. Yeah. And that could just make the conversation between Cinder and RWBY even more interesting.
Yeah. I really love everything that they're deciding to do by starting things off with a dual plot line. Basically having Team RWBY jumping around through different kind of contexts and little minor jumps back into Volume 5 stuff, and then into the past with Jin, and then with Cinder being the other side of the plot. What they can do is just rope in every other basically villain side character thing that they want from there. Because the spider, Little Miss Malachite, she said that there was a big guy that asked about them. Which now, that's not necessarily
Hazel.
Any specific person. Yes. It could be Hazel. He's
big. It could also be Adam.
It could also be Adam, because Adam is very tall. So big doesn't necessarily mean Hazel. It doesn't necessarily mean Adam.
Right.
And I don't even think it necessarily means either of them. If we were to think about who else could it be?
I mean,
no, I guess it would have to be a new character at that point.
Like, because it's not like Blake's dad would be over here.
True. I don't think he would also go to these people to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
He would go through more conventional means. So it's Hazel or Adam. Adam was seen on the train. So
we don't know if that was like actually him or like whatnot, but yeah.
We do know that there is the possibility that it's Adam, because Adam is the one that got the character short. He is the one that got the I slaughtered all the White Fang in the throne room scene.
And if it is Adam, that could explain why he was on the train, because we don't know necessarily, like, because they might have said, I think they said it was like, no, that's right. Another person came through. They said it would take a week, but that was just so they could find out who Cinder is. I don't think they actually said when the big guy came through.
So it could be almost any time in the last month.
Right, which would definitely explain why he was on the train.
Yeah, it would give plenty of time for him to get there. Now, if it's Hazel, what that means also potentially is that Hazel is with Emerald and Mercury still. Remember from the last thing?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they don't have to be.
They don't have to be, but
because they didn't say the big guy and the two others.
Oh, did they say in the two others?
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
My point is, they said that the big guy is asking about her. They could have sent in Hazel alone. And that would have been fine and stuff. And Emerald and Mercury are trying to get revenge for Cinder, you know?
Sure.
But I think it's more likely that it's Adam now.
Yeah, I mean, oh man.
I think it's almost 100% Adam, because they just said the big guy.
Oh,
they didn't say those other three with the big guy. Those two with the big guy. You know?
And I think the reason that they said the big guy specifically is kind of a bit of misdirection, because Hazel's the biggest guy. But I mean, and they could do some cool narrative things with him there, because like he could be trying to recover the relic, you know, like that could be really good. However, we've seen two for two episode-wise, of having an episode that shows little bits of a previously villain antagonistic character that has their world crumble around them, had a lot of power, and is now on the outs, and like, you know, and basically showing a bit of their story. Now, so that could be aligned interests, which would be very interesting, because like, imagine Adam and Cinder
with maybe Neo.
And they're going after like RWBY and all them. That would be pretty crazy. Not just from the standpoint of like narratively and like their abilities and how terrifying they would be, but also just how would they interact with each other? Like, what would their conversations be like?
What would they be?
Because they had a very particular relationship before, right?
Right.
So now having them both, because they're both very proud, and having them both have both these very proud individuals be together as they have been cast down, right? Fallen from grace and all of that.
Yep. Oh,
juicy stuff
so
to be had
juicy.
there.
Yeah. I think specifically the biggest thing coming for us is this whole Salem backstory bit.
Yeah.
Now, you said like, oh, it's like the Castle of Oz. And I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. What if the whole Ozpin name or whatever comes more so from a family thing?
Sure.
Now, here's something crazy. I don't get... Do you get... Okay, think back to that part in the intro when you had the lady who we now know is probably Salem.
Right.
Looking up at the statue of Ozpin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She was looking up at a statue.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Does that look like romantic love, potentially?
Possibly. Here's another thing.
Okay. Or familial love.
Yep. Well, because, we've seen that happen in an opening once before.
Yes.
With Jean, another blonde character, right? Looking up at a statue. And now, we don't know for sure. It could have just been talking about, you know, Jean basically being nervous about being a huntsman, you know, himself and the whole call to action being a hero.
Right.
Or those could be his ancestors, right?
Yep.
So, I think that connection is definitely there.
And we know that Jean is probably relationally related to the King of Vale, who is probably one of Ozpin's past lives. Which means there's a probable connection that Jean is...
Which
not only related to Ozpin, but potentially Salem as well.
Yeah, like...
So, guys... Episode 2 just potentially blew this universe wide open with the possibilities of stories and stuff.
So you're saying Jean's big aura has been passed down the
Ozpin family for generations and generations.
Okay.
That was the whole joke. Was remember last episode?
Yeah.
Or I don't remember where it was. I think it was either in the intro discussion or in the last episode's discussion. I was like, I wonder if Ozpin has kids running around out there.
Yep.
The idea of him being this all-powerful being, right?
Yep.
He probably have kids and stuff.
Yeah.
John being a descendant, that kind of makes sense.
Now,
here's an even crazier thing, though. I actually now just realized something that they could it's a very mature theme and subject. It doesn't have to be limited to just this, but this could be an aspect of it. Do you think Salem can procreate?
That is an excellent question.
Yeah. Now
an excellent question.
I'm gonna poke at this even further. Do you think that in some ways, because Salem makes Grimm, that makes her like the Grimm mother?
Sure. Yeah. I mean the whole Kerrigan Borg Queen. You know.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of stories that do that, but wouldn't it be even more apropos in that the reason why she even thinks of herself in that way at even the slightest is just because she can't actually have her own human kids because of the fact that she's Grimm.
Hey, sure.
Hybrid thing.
Yeah.
I'm just spitballing, throwing theories out there. There's a lot of ways in which she could effectively have been dealt a bad hand or screwed over by Ozpin that don't correlate directly or don't correlate exactly to I'm now ugly and horrifically mutated or something.
Yeah. One of the things that this made me think of. Okay. So there's the whole connection potentially with Jean.
Yes.
Now, we know that he has 7 sisters.
Yes.
And that was always something that I wanted to see. Like, what are his 7 sisters like? And I had this image in my head that they were all kind of, not really clones of each other, but, like, it was one of those things where you could tell they were all related, you know? Where, like, they probably all had blonde hair, you know, all you know, very, very pretty and all that stuff, and, you know, blah, 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 and they're probably, like, way more proficient at everything than him, right?
Like, sure, okay.
That was just a headcanon that I had. Now, when I saw this character, especially like this episode when they started to show her in the castle and everything.
Right.
It made me think that kind of looks like what I would expect one of Jean's sisters to look like.
Yeah.
So I mean that is a very tenuous like connection there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah, like now okay, here's a question. If there are lots of different relations that they could go at as an angle for Ozpin and Salem. They could go for the romantic relationship. They could go for
brother and sister,
parent-child. You know, there's... Now, here's the thing. Those three all have direct ties to our main cast of girls. Siblings, Ruby and Yang. Romantic relationship, Blake and Adam. Parental relationship, Weiss and her dad.
Well, there's a bunch of parental relationships.
Well, yeah. That's true. But yeah, definitely a bunch of parental relationships. But like you know the super negative one.
Yeah, the not so good ones.
Yeah.
Now, how do they describe Salem? They said it was a very shy. Girl.
I don't know,
or very quiet, timid girl.
I can't remember if they actually described her personality.
I think they did. But they said something about her being like basically like quiet.
Well, at the very least, she was trapped in a tower or something like that.
Trapped.
Yeah, I don't know if they specifically said trapped, but in a tower, there's the connotations of the princess, you know, almost like I wouldn't be surprised. A fairy tale. I wouldn't be surprised if they even tried to go for like the almost like Rapunzel route.
There's a ton of them.
Because there is a ton that they could do. Now, this confirms that she is not actually Summer, which I'm very happy about.
I'm very glad about.
I'm very glad because that would have been too easy. It would have been way too easy. But oh man,
it doesn't necessarily throw away the idea that Salem, like, okay, because my weird theory with the whole Salem Summer thing is more so that Salem
possessed Summer.
Basically like possessed Summer.
Sure.
And that the Salem name is what just kind of choosing to have as the name because it was her original name, now that we know that Salem was a person there. But the actual body, the actual physical body, instead of being, that's a potential idea, is that Ozpin is a body hopper, right?
Yep.
So is Salem.
Right. And also, if you think about it, that ties in very well with the connection of her name, because Salem, the Salem witch trials, the witch hunt, who's a witch, right? We don't know. It could be anybody. It doesn't matter, you know, about the actual person and what they look like. There might be some other aspect to them that ties in very well with this. Now, okay. With how they set up everything for Ozpin this episode and the conflict with Team RWBY and everybody, I really like how they did it, because the reactions of Team RWBY aside, like, I feel like it would have taken a little bit longer for them to get to there naturally, but they've done a good job over time, and they're keeping things expedited, so good.
And there's other things that have been built up to
exactly,
this.
Yeah. But with Ozpin, the way he talked about it, that was one of the things that I found very interesting, because it was a direct, you know, callback, like hardcore, to the idea that Ozpin has made mistakes, right? And profound mistakes.
Yes.
So, with the whole idea of Salem backstory, now, this might be kind of like, the fact that they showed Salem looking up at a statue of Ozpin might be proof that Ozpin had already been around for a long time by the time that this whole thing happened. Although that could be metaphorical, because it wouldn't be a statue of Ozpin in that body, so, you know, because he would be in a different body at that time.
That's a good point. Or maybe he recycles back to an original form or something like that.
Who knows?
Maybe there's some very minor variations that he goes through, but it's essentially everyone grows up to have the same kind of body or something.
They all have this, like that same way of styling their hair or something. But
or they all eventually need glasses.
Right. But with Salem and Ozpin, the question that comes to mind is, how far along was Ozpin when he made the mistake with Salem?
Yeah, we don't know
yet. Was
he
already an ancient being, or were they, you know, born around the same time and they were more equals, and it was something where it's like, crap, you know, he made mistakes just like everybody makes mistakes, except he had to, you know, like live with his and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of body hopping, what if that was something that they did together?
I like that. I just don't think it fits with her being the shy recluse in a castle.
Sure.
The main thing I think that we have that kind of okay, here's where I think this is, he's the wizard, she is the fairy tale princess right now in the castle.
Right, but she's about to be a witch.
Well, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is a witch but a female wizard, basically?
Basically, yeah.
So she was probably Ozpin's apprentice.
Ooh, I like it.
Yep.
I like it. Mentor.
So it's not necessarily a love relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's the... Oh, that's it. That's what the statue means. I figured it out.
Oh, yeah. She's trying to live up to...
Yes,
yes. Yeah,
she's small.
Right.
She's looking up at the grand, great Ozpin.
Exactly, yeah.
And she's just like, wow,
Which
if only
is,
I could be as great as he is.
Which is fantastic, because that's again, visual storytelling. That's because we know that's what it was for Jean, for sure.
Oh.
Right? Why did they go into so much detail with Jean in Volume 1? Mm-hmm. You know? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I mean, he is set up to be the male main character of the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's the traditional hero archetype type trope.
And they kind of made fun of that.
Yeah.
But they're still going to deliver on it eventually.
Yep. And
then RWBY is basically the reincarnation of Summer, who was maybe another version of Salem to Ozpin.
Yeah,
someone that he could train and teach and pass on what he had learned.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing of, you really think Lionheart was the first?
Yeah, that was such a great line.
No, but that means Salem. Salem was another person.
Sure. Yeah.
And he made a mistake. In that how he interacted with her, how he did something with her, screwed things up. And maybe what it is his lying. It's his actual manipulation. Maybe she actually was a good student. Maybe she was like...
Oh, man, it'll be tough.
Because I think this is... Do you remember the song... the song Sacrifice?
Yep. Oh yeah, that was one of the things I was wondering. Is like, is how much is Sacrifice actually pertaining to? Could it also be related to Salem and Ozpin? Like,
I've always wondered that the person they're saying it's like, I'm not your sacrifice. I think, is always Ozpin, no matter what context
and then
the
it's just
song
who's talking.
is kind of put in. But I think a ton of people could be singing that song to Ozpin.
Sure.
And I think that's the point. Is that the song is like when that song first came out, I think it was the end of Volume 2.
End of Volume 2.
Yeah. That song instantly went on my top story related songs up there with like Red Like Roses Part 2. Because of all the songs out there, that one seemed crafted for like very specific storylines.
The most literal interpretation. Like even though there's a lot of interpretations.
Oh yeah, totally. But I think the interpretation is basically just who's singing.
Right.
And that's the point, I think, with a lot of RWBY songs, is that many people could be singing them.
Right.
They still fit with multiple people.
Except with Boop.
Sure. And like Bumblebee. But like but yeah, the shipping songs basically. But the story songs, I feel like we've basically been given a hint as to what Ozpin's kind of general conflict has been like.
Yeah.
He has this grand like desire to protect the world. And maybe he was someone else's apprentice at some point. Who knows? But the point is that at some point he decided to care about the world as a whole. Like his scope of protecting people went that big. So he needed help. He can't do this alone. He starts delegating authority. He starts delegating power. He creates the maidens. He's doing all this stuff because it's important. It's necessary. And I think his fight has always been against the grim, has been against chaos, against disorder, and against the darker parts of humanity.
Yeah, the fact that there's all the clockwork, like symbolism and stuff, that very much goes along with the context of order and those things.
But people have their darker sides. People are not perfect. People make mistakes, and he makes mistakes. So just as much as he is a, immortal, demigod being with a crazy semblance, which the fact that he just kind of calls it his semblance, I'm like, we're gonna get into that pretty soon, aren't we? Yeah. But also that he could have he could have brought a bunch of people into his fold that over time just go jaded against him. It's not that they end up hating him or end up going into some great schism of belief and thought and the ways of protecting humanity or whatever. It's just like, no, he just lives on.
Yeah,
and eventually
and
they don't. Eventually he has to give them up and throw them away for the next set of Guardians.
Sure.
It's kind of like Doctor Who in a way, because the companions, some of them realize, wow, okay, so at this point, you're just basically done with me. And it's like, well, this was always how it's going to be. And I think in a lot of ways, some people expected maybe a little bit more from Ozpin. And they wanted him to be kind of a god to them. They wanted him to be greater than just a man.
Right.
And then they realize, oh, you're just a man. It's like, well, yeah, I never claimed to be anything more. And then he has to,
for a long time.
Right, and then he gets jaded as well because he's constantly losing people over and over and over and over again, to where he's now kind of like, all right, you're the next Guardian. Okay, let's let's.
Which makes the whole idea that he is presiding or was presiding over a school rather insidious.
Oh, super insidious.
Because it's basically a farm.
Yep.
Where he then just looks over and then cherry picks out the ones that are the best candidates.
Volume 2 opening song.
Yeah.
Pointed at the enemy so someone else can claim a victory. I mean, it's been all throughout RWBY.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
like even his little talk in Volume 1, the most weirdly out of place talk Ozpin ever gives about, and all I see among you is wasted energy in need of purpose. You believe that, that
whatever, blah, 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 but it is up to you to take the first steps.
Yeah. And he's basically saying, I'm tired of motivating all these stupid humans to just go and do what they need to do.
Yep.
But you know what? Hey, maybe some of you will actually make the decision on your own without my help. God damn it. And then he leaves the stage and Glinda's like, okay, you need to go drink more of your sippy juice we'll talk later. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. And then
I mean, Ozpin running on, frayed edges and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I could see that.
For any of you that have seen Groundhog Day.
Oh, yes.
Immortality is not necessarily
it's a curse.
Blessing.
Oh, wait a minute. Salem is from the witch trials.
Yeah.
Salem witch trials. What if the joke of it is that she was branded a witch for a curse that wasn't hers? She was cursed, and they're like, you did this, you're a witch, and now... That's an oversimplification of how it can tie to the Salem witch trials reference, but I like the idea also of her, in some ways, wanting the power to help Ozpin, and Ozpin gave her too much, maybe, or basically just was like, well, okay, but you need to realize what this entails and
what.
There's so many theories, guys.
There's so many theories, and I love the idea of the mentor, thing, and her wanting to live up to him and all that stuff. It gives me a lot of that whole idea is old as time itself, but there's a lot of good things that you can do with that. Like whenever I rewatch Kung Fu Panda, I still choke up a little bit at the emotional bits between Tai Lung and Shifu, but one of the things that connection points that just my mind made with the whole idea of them hopping bodies and things like that, and it potentially being very personal in Salem, thinking that Ozpin cursed her and stuff. It makes me think of Maiden Abyss Elevator.
Oh, okay. Let's not go there. Please, let's not. These people don't need to.
Yeah, but
don't
basically
Google that.
Yeah,
don't Google that.
Don't Google that. But yeah.
I wanted to bring up something really quick. Remember the talk that Ozpin and Salem have across volumes 1 and 3?
Yes.
There's a little bit of context I think we're now getting because of that. There's something about Ozpin talking from the position of strength, actually, in that conversation.
Yes.
He says, she says, take heed, there will be no victory in strength. and he says, well, perhaps victory is in the simpler things that you've long forgotten. Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
The way he's talking right there, you've long forgotten.
Yeah.
Which means in some ways, these are things I told you.
Right.
But it seems like you've forgotten them.
Yeah.
Why does that not sound like a mentored student? I taught you that victory comes from a smaller, more honest soul. And in some ways, that's maybe what she was.
Yeah, originally. Yeah. And which
I love it.
Which is so great because that ties her, Salem to RWBY as well. Like originally Cinder was the real like RWBY connection point.
Yeah.
You know, in this story, right? But if they're able to tie, like, giving personal motivations and relatable aspects to what has until this point been basically the Dark God character, and draw similarities between them and the main character, you've got something good on your hands.
Yeah, if they can pull this off, this next episode's backstory will be the equivalent of, like, episode 40 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, you know, going full into the Xerxes.
That was the other thing that I thought of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because in a lot of ways, I see Salem as kind of like the gender-bent father of Fullmetal Alchemist
and I mean,
Brotherhood.
the thing that we were assuming at the beginning was even like the same kind of thing that you assume in Fullmetal Alchemist.
Is that it's a vessel with some kind of dark thing possessing it.
That probably is related to the parental figure of the main character. Yeah.
I mean, we have Tai Yang, but Crow, but the mentor also. But specifically, if you actually look a little bit, deeper into that, it fits because Salem is not as interesting actually as her cronies.
Yes. Although that might change now. Who knows?
That might change.
But
totally.
Yeah.
But I can't deny the connections anymore. Like there is some potentially huge, big connections I would say there that I want to draw and see if I want to see if there was inspiration drawn in retrospect, like basically look back on it and see if there are any other things that go to that. But guys, this episode basically gave us the full look into probably some of the most, I don't know, because I think that this, okay, I don't want to just throw Monty's name around, but what we know is that Monty had an outline for the story.
Yes.
Like the ending. And probably some of the main story beats and some big character, backstory things there.
Yeah.
This could be one of those things that, he originally had designed.
Yep.
And the fact that there doesn't seem to be any connection to, if I extrapolate out from here what they're setting up, I don't see any connection to relics or maidens from this potential backstory that they're about to go into.
No.
I am so happy.
Yeah.
Because that means we're going to be focused on characters and not on plot MacGuffins and crazy god rocks. So
the most I could see is basically showing Ozpin at the very end of the backstory, basically, making the maidens.
No, maidens are not. I do not think maidens were that recent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. You think that the Salem thing is way long time ago?
Oh, yeah. Because didn't he say that or in the World of Remnant thing, didn't it say that the maidens were made to, it was either fight against the Grimm or fight against Salem? The thing about
also the World of Remnants and also the stuff that Ozpin has said is that I can't take too much of what he's said now literally.
Sure.
So, World of Remnants aside, okay, smoke alarms being a little bit weird here.
That is very weird.
So, guys, we got to end this discussion here because we're just going into ramble crack theory territory. But, guys, we're going to try to make sure that we have the next episode's reaction in a timer-based, no-show footage format on our Patreon. So if any of you all are interested in getting into that, go check out the link in the description below and give you access to that there. If you have any kind of Patreon support that you give to us, you get access to our Discord where you can chat with us about the RWBY episodes, like live, as we watch them and stuff, like all kinds of other things going on in Discord. And yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.